Well, hi babies, hi darlings, hi cuties. I'm starting this message at 444. I hope this video finds you well, my sweeties, my schmucks, my babes, my loves. Hi. This is a general message, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Whenever you find it, it is the right time. Please use your own discernment and intuition, please and thank you. I will not reach out to you for personal readings because I'm not doing them and I would not do that anyway. Please report those people. Ah, yes. All right. Oh, too much. Too much. Let me get the cards in there. I tried. Alright. What kind of message we gonna have today? Seven of Swords, uncertainty. Queen of Swords in reverse. And it says reason. So, I'm immediately getting somebody, you need to, somebody needs to reason with themselves. Like, yes, there isn't clarity, there isn't facts coming out just yet, but don't jump to worst case scenario. That's gonna shoot you into an uncomfortable position, an uncomfortable state. You know, it's like they say, I forgot the saying. It's like something about if you worry, then you suffer twice. You know, if you worry about it before, then you suffer twice if it happens. So reason with yourself here. We got 10 of Wands and it fell sideways and it says oppression and it fell directly on both of them. You may have experienced some oppression or stress, you know, maybe your whole entire life, like pressure on you, people keeping you tapped in, putting burdens on you, putting, you know, you just held a lot because you cared a lot. You were deeply affected by things that, you know, other people didn't seem to care about, that type of stuff. Or you dealt with people putting this burden on you and not realizing it. You know, you may have taken it as like they wanted you to have that burden, but I'm getting they didn't really realize it. But you've had all this burden, so you're thinking you're being back into that state of being oppressed, being torn down, being, you know, somebody putting their bullshit on you. I mean, obviously that happens with projection and stuff like that, but that might be like you're on the precipice of I think that's the right word. My computer's down, so I can't even look up the definition. It's dead. You're on the precipice of, on the edge, on the verge, whatever, if I'm using the wrong word, of a great manifestation coming into fruition. You know, obviously it's going to come in the way that you need it best, obviously. We're just going to say that because it's never, like, sometimes it is, you know, just as you predicted or wanted, whatever, but sometimes it's just how you need it. So it's going to look a little different. It's going to be twisted, but it's going to be perfect for you and use your strengths and all of that. But you're on the verge of that, and you feel it, but there's this anxiety, this worry, this you might be under the illusion that you're under an illusion and you're missing something. Because you're operating from a trauma response. You know, this is a trauma response. You're operating from bad things that have happened to you before. And like I said, if this isn't your message, you don't have to take it. I won't force. If this doesn't resonate, then don't take it. Move on along. Go on, get. We have the Princess of Pentacles. It says growth on there. Yeah, you may be thinking, like, you're sensing that there's this new beginning in your material world, or, you know, an opportunity to learn something new, or somebody's taking you under their wing or something of the sort. But there's this fear that it's all like right here. It's in your 3D world right now. However, there's this fear that, oh, what if I'm missing this? What if I'm not seeing things clearly? You know, I've been putting all this work. I've been practicing. You know, I've been on my little grind. What if it's all for nothing? What if this isn't coming to fruition? And I'm here to remind you, if you put in all this excess work, aside from just, you know, living, you know, breathing and your heart beating and you're pooping and sleeping, you know, besides like your physical existence, you know, you're making cells, your blood is pumping, you're breathing, all of that stuff. Besides you just being here on this damn planet, you're doing some work. You're trying to be a better person. This is only for those people that are just trying to be better people and grow and all of that. So, you know, if you get disappointed, whatever. However, I'm not putting this fear into anyone, but, you know, if things don't come to fruition for you, just as you thought, or like it's a little fake out, sometimes it's a little test if you'll settle for something less. So don't fret. We have a 3 of Cups in reverse, and it says joy on it. So you may have been toiling away, working, doing your thing, and I mean this in physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. You're doing all of these things all the way around. However it resonates for you that you're getting burnt out on. You're seeing disappointment. You're not happy. You're feeling contrast, conflict, opposition. You're feeling something here. And you're like, man, is all this work like worth it? It's kind of like I'm seeing that Princess of Coins card, that Princess of Pentacles, as somebody that's learning a new skill or something, and they practice all the time and they put so much effort into it, and then all of a sudden, you know, maybe they were supposed to get an apprenticeship, but, you know, they learned these skills, and then they're wondering, oh, is this not worth it? Was it all for nothing? You know, showing up every day early, you know, not messing around, showing that I have good work ethic, you know, whatever it is. I'm practicing at home and at work, or whatever it is, school. I'm doing all this practicing extra on top of what I should be doing. Is this all for nothing? Why am I not seeing the results of this? Why am I not getting the recognition for this? So that might be, because I'm seeing with that 3 of Cups is like, it might be like family, friends, like a group, your community, like you're doing all this work and trying to have camaraderie, connection, community. You're trying to have all these things, and you're not seeing the results of what it is. You're like, man, why am I even working to like make this be in harmony. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and it says energy. I'm getting here is you're not seeing that you're at a point, you have progressed so much. The easy, the hard, the shit that used to be hard is now like second nature. And you're not giving yourself that credit. You're not realizing how far you've come because you aren't seeing the outside progress of it. You don't have somebody coming to tell you, wow, you're doing such a good job. You've changed so much. Look at you. No one's coming to tell you your progress. So, and you haven't been keeping up on your progress either. And little do you know, this doesn't even take effort anymore. It's second nature. We have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's second nature. And you're not recognizing how far you've come, like what this is. You used to struggle to do this work. You used to struggle to be better or not have an inflamed response. That type of thing. You're not recognizing that in yourself because it has been a lot of work, but you're also meeting higher levels as you go because, you know, just as like the video game or any sort of game, it progresses as you level up, right? As you pass each challenge. And so you're being met with harder and harder things. So little do you know, you're not recognizing, you're not seeing clearly with this Ace of Swords in reverse that you have come so far. You're at a point where like the stuff that you used to really struggle with and like have to really toil at and work, you know, work your fingers to the bone, whatever. This shit's easy now. That used to scare you. That used to intimidate you or frustrate you or, you know, say it was like dealing with people and not being affected by them. That used to affect you for like a month, a week, you know, whatever. It used to affect you for a really long time. Now it's like, whatever, it's water off the duck's back. And you're not recognizing that you have progressed so much. You have to give yourself that credit. Take a step back and look at yourself. Look at where you are. Yes, it does seem hard, and you're like, man, I thought it was supposed to get easy, because you're meeting harder challenges. You're meeting these things, tasks, whatever you want to call it. You're meeting harder things, but you're not realizing it because the old stuff that used to really worry you and affect you is now second nature. You're just like, whatever, dude. This person's on some bullshit. Or, you know, yeah, oh well, my bank is in the negative. I'll be fine. Like, you're not even recognizing where you're at now. That used to deeply, deeply affect you. And now you're just like, you know, it's like, say if you go to the gym all the time and you don't keep track of like what you lift, you just keep going, and you know, you're just fucking around or something. You're just going to the gym to do something and you're not really keeping track of your weight and all of that. And you're not recognizing that, you know, 45 pounds used to be a lot to you. And now you're like repping it for sets of 20. And you're like, oh man, I just don't feel like I'm making any progress. I'm not seeing the results I want. Like, you know, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're not recognizing because you didn't keep tabs. You didn't write down, oh, this is why people keep like little notes or whatever when they're lifting is how the set fills. Like, okay, 45 pounds rowing felt like this. I could have probably gone 3 more reps and I felt like I still had some in the tank, you know, stuff like that. So they take notes so they can go back and see their progress, and you know, it just helps. But you're not doing that. You weren't taking notes because you were so like wrapped up in all the crazy shenanigans happening, which is totally understandable. But you've been repping this for sets of 20 and you're not even recognizing this because you're not even noticing that the weight has gone up. Somebody, you know, while you walked away for the bathroom, they changed the weight on the cable machine and you've been repping 125 instead of 45. You didn't even recognize it. You're like, just because you're like, man, why does this feel so heavy? I usually do just, you know, sets of 20 of this. Little do you know, somebody came over and changed the weight on you. The universe has been changing the weight on you. The universe has been leveling you up. You just haven't taken a step back and recognizing, oh, this was second nature to me now. I hope that makes sense. I feel like that was like a half-ass like analogy. It wasn't one of my best, I will be frank. However, let us get it. All right, we have 8 of Cups, instability. You might feel parts of you cracking, but, and you know, you feel like you're falling apart, you feel like you're drowning, whatever it is. It feels so hard again because it's something way more deeply ingrained. You are getting rid of like the little superficial shit before. So if you're feeling like it's a really bad struggle and you're like, man, why does this bother me so much? Why can't I let this go? This is like a deep ingrained thing that you're trying to walk away from and release. And you're having to feel the pressure of this breaking and tearing and crumbling and whatever else it is within you. So you don't stay in this. And, you know, the higher you've grown, the better you've done, like, you know, you're changing and all of this. Those, because you're living in a higher vibration, you're more sensitive to shitty stuff now. And now because you have grown so far and high and, you know, gained all this knowledge and understanding of yourself and become more in tune with your higher self, with God, all of these things, you're more sensitive to the shitty things. And this might feel like it's way worse. Like, why do I feel this deep pain? What is this? This is something so deeply ingrained, like lifetimes ingrained, way deep within you. And that's why it's feeling so painful, also because you're in a higher vibration. So like your whole vessel, your essence is more sensitive because you're not being held down by all these heavy programming patterns, curses, whatever it is, people, you know, the vampires, the energy vamps, like, you know, or whatever, just holding you back in this lower energy. You know, you're not weighed down and anchored, and so you feel this stuff more greatly, but it's for a reason, so you can let it go. You're being shown exactly where to let go, and you're going to have to feel the pain and pressure of it in order to work through it. And you wouldn't know it was there if you didn't feel that pain and the crumbling and the pressure and whatever tumultuous disappointment, like some, you know, tumultuous feelings, disappointment, sadness, whatever things you're feeling. You're like, man, I thought I was past this. I thought you're having to come back and feel deeper stuff that's deeper ingrained. So you can finally let it go. And it feels so great because you're more sensitive now. And this stuff has been running, you know, background app running for many lifetimes. So that's why there's like a lot of feeling around this. Tension, pain, whatever's happening. So like, don't beat up on yourself. Be like, oh, I thought I was better than this. I thought I did all this work, you know, whatever it is. It's because you're more sensitive now, and you're getting to break stuff and release stuff from yourself that you weren't able to do in past lifetimes. You're at a higher level than ever before. We've got Two of Swords, peace. I see this as like walking the tightrope, you know, walking the line of being a higher vibrational, and also allowing your shadow to come out in that darker part of yourself to express and release. Interesting. So, you know, if whatever dark stuff comes out, it needs to come out in a healthy way. You can't just keep pushing that down, and because you're going to feel the pressure of it. You're going to get your aches and pains in your body and whatever else. And through this conflict, we have the Eight of Swords with the King of Swords in reverse, which also says intuition. Through this, like, feeling entrapped, feeling stuck, pulled down, you have to remind yourself you feel things way more greatly now. You're more sensitive. You've had this like heavy skin, callous stuff ripped off from you, and you're no longer in that, like, it's like, you know, people that are addicted to narcotics, you know, they live their life in a more dulled state. They don't feel as greatly, but when they come down, everything is so sensitive and it hurts, and you're in that because you're no longer in this like drugged up, sedated, held down, heavy, calloused state. You're wide open. You're getting to experience all of life, all of it, spiritually, physically, whatever. And through this, you need to give yourself self-love. We have the Ace of Cups, and it says beauty. Try to see the beauty in the world. Try to find, you know, wow, that leaf over there, like, that's incredible that it was created and designed, and, you know, whatever. Just try to, you know, kind of zoom in on something really beautiful and recognize, you know, everything is beautiful. Everything, you are, your skin, your cells, you were made so ever perfectly. You have all these, you know, you're able to survive. All of your parts work together in harmony and unison to keep you going. Try to find beauty in anything you can, and find presence and meditation through these hard times, and that you're actually getting to experience life more open, cracked open. You're not in the shell, the callous, the dim state. You're no longer sedated. You're awake. Your eyes and your essence has been opened to this incredible experience you get to have, which is being alive in this body on this planet. We have the Prince of Pentacles in reverse. It says construction. You may feel like you're in the stagnant state. Your manifestations aren't moving forward. This is because there's some shit you gotta release. You gotta get used to this being cracked wide open. Walk away from these crumbling, faulty parts of yourself that aren't even you. It's just been placed upon you. I'm kind of like seeing it, since we have the word construction, and then this is crumbling. It's like somebody did an addition onto, like, say they built like a porch, an enclosed porch on a house. That's like, it wasn't built with the house at that time. And it starts falling apart. It sinks, and the seam between the old house and the new porch splits open, and you're like, okay, so I gotta do something about this. You're in that state. Things are falling apart, and it's time to take a look at it and work through this. And don't feel like you're falling backwards. You are progressing to the hardest levels. You are at this. You're being challenged even further because you're leveling up. You haven't gone backwards. It may feel that way. It may feel stagnant. It may feel stuck. You're in this state to get rid of this stuff so things can move forward. Just as you released, you walked away from people and your life got even better, you're in this. There's parts of you that have to be transmuted, looked at, nurtured, all of these things, cared for, renovated, whatever you want to use, so you can keep leveling up and keep that energy flowing, because there's something within you that's blocking that flow of energy. Fear, lack of self-worth, that type of thing. Lack, just in general, not seeing how abundant you are, that type of stuff. Try to find the beauty in everything. I gotta go, babies. I love you so much. Thank you for doing such a good job. Okay, babes? Bye.